today, let's try to understand what the other person really thinks of you. Now please choose the knowledge card that resonates with you the most from the following 3. First, let's look at this group actually. I think it's about this group. Yeah, the other party's most genuine thought about you is that you're a bit difficult to deal with. He feels he can't hold you. That is, he can't conquer you. I think he feels he can stabilize your emotions or stabilize your psychological perception of him. I mean, he can stabilize the development of your relationship. Actually, in your relationship, it's already quite exhausting. Although you may often feel that the initiative seems to be discriminated against on the other side, but he will feel that this relationship basically seems to be, it's totally led by you. He will feel that you are actually a very strong and domineering type. And you might do things in a particularly silly way. It gives a bit of a silly feeling. Maybe she just accepts whatever you think about this girl. Looks good, dark and soft. Sometimes it feels soft and sticky, but when you really get to know it, you will find that, wow, you are a playful sister. That's you. It's that kind of very dominant, very overbearing woman. A bit like a tiger mum, even though you don't look like one. But the image in his heart is a bit like he will think. He's actually thought about you guys. In the future, he would think about such things as getting married. If he were to marry you, he would definitely be the straw feels like a spray. Because in your usual interactions, basically a lot of things are centered around you, like what you might want to eat or drink. It's basically up to you. Do whatever you want to do, including some things you might oppose this side, and the final result will still follow your lead. That is, he will be like, will it be more accommodating to you? He may not have a strong desire to confide in this relationship. You feel like there is no security in this relationship, but he already feels, oh my, you are really sincere. I've been sincere, but why do you always feel that I'm not good enough for you? In his real thoughts, there's still a feeling of being wronged. He feels quite wronged. He always feels
don't allowed to take off the llama.
He loves to grow up a bit. I can't stand it. My parents spoil me a lot. I'm already so spoiled now. Why would you still feel like I'm not good enough for you? He would have such a thought, feeling that in this relationship actually, she has been very good to you. But you seem a little unclear and you're in this feeling.
Exactly.
You want to kill him? Just kill him.
Very good.
It's so unreasonable, but on the one hand he thinks so. This way you seem a bit not so good, but on the one hand you can't leave and always will be like this.
Thanks for watching.
I feel like the other party's a bit masochistic. That is, you treat him, the better and more considerate you are to him, he might seem not doing well there. But if you show him some cold and warmth, hey, he will feel passionate again. I think this person actually a bit lacking, including your thoughts actually, and I believe the fathers who have made it to this group at the moment, there should be some slight emotional issues.
Other possibilities
Either
might
it's
not
a
be as
cold
good.
war, or it's an unrequited love that's been interrupted, or it's a past active development that's currently stuck, or it's the other side. Suddenly, I suggested to the tired one that we should break up or not be together. Actually, I think no matter what kind of idea the other party proposes, no matter how harsh the words, they deeply feel from this group. It actually likes you. Its thoughts about you are very simple, it just likes you. He's just saying that he feels a little upset inside, but he still likes you a lot. So I think this group of babies, from a conceptual point of view, actually, it's quite active, so there's actually no need to worry too much. The above is the interpretation of this set. I hope it can help you. Next, let's take a look at this group of babies who copied this group. Actually, your image in the other party's eyes is a bit like a child. You might feel this way after listening. You think he's like that kid, but actually the image of you in his heart is a bit like a child who likes to mess around, but he seems helpless with your table in your brain. That kind of feeling. As a result, sometimes I feel a little annoyed, but most of the time I think you are really cute. Yeah, he might think you're very cute most of the times, including maybe when you guys are in contact or when it's ambiguous or during certain times. The other party can actually feel it very clearly. You might adopt some, be careful. Some tactics may be used to attract his attention, to test if he likes you or not, including you may have just started. He always asks online if you really like me. He really cared about you at first. He will think this girl is really cute. I'm so lucky to meet such a soft and sweet girl. Coming across such a cute, kind, gentle, considerate girl who is also so clingy and so understanding. Her initial thoughts about you are real. He's particularly good, but I think he is a bit lacking. Your approach, actually, he found very useful at the beginning. He really liked the feeling of you relying on him. He really likes the feeling of being fully committed to this relationship. At the beginning, he really liked it, but as time went on, between the two people, the sense of time has passed. Over time, that person just feels like is a bit annoying, actually heavy. Well, what I mean is he messed up a bit over there. Just stand there if you like him. He has him over there too. The tenacity shown by you is different from the others in this group. Your way of expressing resilience might vary every minute. Break up to test if he likes you or is arguing. He just takes it without a word when things go wrong. His capriciousness manifests in resorting to violence when words fail him. He feels if he can't reason with you, then he'll just stop talking. No communication, no exchange with you. So I will feel that actually to this group of babies, you guys should have some unpleasant things happening. Currently, a temporary breakup, this temporary one, the baby is definitely able to become wealthy. The overall development is actually okay. Arguments like this don't matter what bad state you're currently in. Everything will get better because, in fact, regardless of his personal ideas or our fate, our relationship was never broken. His thoughts towards you are still positive. It's just that it's not the right time at present. It's just a bit capricious. Actually, he can discover his own problem in this relationship. Actually, the problems are on both sides. Maybe you're a bit too noisy, but he himself actually, it's also a bit out of favor and anxious. Actually, both sides have this, and he can slowly you can realize your own problem and gradually make an adjustment. So I think this group of, simply from the idea level, he actually likes you. He thinks you are cute and also thinks you are smart. He also has you in his heart. It's just like two people. It's been a bit unpleasant lately, but everything will get better later. This is the interpretation of this group. I want to be able to pay attention to you. Finally, let's look at this group. I think the baby who created this group, you guys are actually in him. But when he first met you, his impression of you was kind of that the more mature people are, an independent woman is someone who is quite independent and self-reliant. The feeling of a new age woman, she will feel that whether you deal with things or do things, they are all very rational. The kind of swift and fierce thing is doing things actually very decisive and clear. But after you get together, he might think you seem a bit like it's like opening a layer, and there's another layer that can bring him a lot of surprises. For example, when he just opened you, he thought you were a very rational person. When you delve deeper and dismantle, you will find actually you have a soft and adorable side. And then you seem considerate and gentle. But upon getting to know you better, one can see that you're a bit prideful, willful, and playful. And it can also ignite you. It arouses his protective desire for you, because the deeper understanding can reveal that your heart is actually very fragile and can arouse his protective desire for you. It will be a bit like a crab. It thinks your appearance is like a crab with a very hard shell, but your inner being is very soft and squishy, be somewhat annoying. So actually, when it comes to this group of babies, the other party's thoughts about you are actually quite positive. It's just that your current relationship seems a bit tiring to him. But I just think feeling a bit tired for now. Actually, every relationship is not always smooth. There will always be a period of time when you're a bit fed up and tired. However, I believe that one must remain steadfast and persistent. And it's about whether the two sides can hold hands and endure. This is a test of whether a relationship is firm. The only standard, right? Let's understand it this way. Actually, the other party persists in your relationship. It's just that your kind of liking has lost its original passion and love. There's also none of that. This definitely has a certain shelf life just at the beginning. Actually, what follows is more about emotions and persistence. The other party, in fact, is able to, in this regard, it's quite good to do it together. He can actually stick to your relationship. The above is the interpretation of this group. Hope it can help you.